Chat. Okay. Yo. Guys, everyone spam W Goki and L Beta. Oh my god, bro. VonKey the duck. Yo, guys. VonKey is L Beta. You know, guys? L Beta? L Beta? Oh my god, guys. Yeah, VonKey. Yeah, guys. L Beta. L Beta. What's good, Zeta? Yo, what's good, bro? Alright, so chat, bro. Chat, I must know. Alright, where the fuck is VonKey at? Because I'm on my PC. He can't be ducking shit now. I'm on my PC. He can't be ducking shit. Dude, duck VonKey. He's gonna negative you, trust. Yo, okay, chat. Chat, should we go react back to that one dinosaur shit? Chat, I think VonKey is like attracted to dinosaurs. Because whenever I show something that isn't in relation to him, he will immediately come. And if it has to do with dinosaurs. The fuck? Oh, I thought my shit crashed. Never mind. Yeah, VonKey might be a tsundere. Okay, so chat, in order to bait VonKey, right? In order to get VonKey to come talk, what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to watch dinosaur videos and then wait for his ass to show up. Trust me, this method is gonna work. All right, chat. I'm gonna continue watching this shit because chat. Last time we were here, I was watching this shit, and then VonKey was like, "Oh, dinosaurs are so big." Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. The fuck?
England is not particularly well known for its vicious wildlife.
Okay.
In fact, about the most dangerous large
This nigga said my comeback, so I think he's like aware that he lost.
Animal you'll encounter here today would probably be a cow, considering that many of the country's deadly native species were wiped out long ago.
Okay, look, that's cool and all, but I wasn't here before.
Some dark bone pieces that had washed out of the cliff. Over the next few weeks, a geology student also collected some more bone fragments on the foreshore. These bones were soon sent to the Isle of Wight Geology Museum.
The Isle of Wight! Agartha, chat. Agartha. Oh my god, chat. Agartha.
And then onto the London Natural History Museum, where paleontologists realized these bones represented some sort of herbivorous dinosaur.
VonKey, where the fuck are you at? I'm watching dinosaur shit. Come like beat your meat or some shit.
As well as an unknown species of carnivore. During the 1980s, as more pieces of its skeleton weathered out of the cliff, more people collected parts of these two dinosaurs' remains, and the first proper scientific study of these animals began in the late 80s. A preliminary report was published in 1990.
God, chat, imagine, chat, who would win, VonKey or this thing? You guys think VonKey is like, he's so high tier in the debate con that he'll be able to like rhetorically beat this dinosaur? Chat, what do you guys think? Chat, do you guys think that like VonKey like scales to this dinosaur, chat? You guys think VonKey scales to this shit? Chat. Imagine if VonKey low-key just went to sleep. Oh, that would be pretty funny, but I think he's like responded way later at night. VonKey literally souls every debater at the same time. He's so tough, Zeta. Yes, bro, but this isn't a debater. This is a dinosaur. I got a dinosaur on VonKey.
But it wasn't until 1996 that the mystery carnivore was officially given a scientific name, Neovenator celerii, the new hunter named
Nigga, what tier is the dinosaur?
after the Celera family, as the bones were discovered on their land. A couple of other very fragmentary skeletons belonging to different individuals had also been found further along the cliffs in the 1980s.
Oh my god! Yo, chat, imagine seeing this shit, like just looking at you. Yo, chat, why did I... Oh my god, bro. Imagine seeing this shit, like genuinely like looking at you. Like, run! Like, Bro, like, have you guys, like... Oh my god, bro. Chat. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, I really hope that's not what it looked like IRL, bro. Like, imagine that's what it looked like IRL. Like, bro, what?
Which further added to our understanding of this dinosaur when it was first published. Additionally, more remains from the original skeleton were uncovered on the foreshore in later years, and there's a possibility that more may still be found, as smaller pieces continue to wash out.
Yo, y'all niggas in my chat are fucking corny as shit. Stop making those fucking bum-ass jokes. Like their jokes are actually cringe. Like, they're actually corny. Like, please stop.
Though most of the skeleton has likely already been collected. So recently, I set off to the Isle of Wight to try my luck at
The Isle of Wight, Agartha!
finding any more pieces of this fascinating predator. Joining me is paleontologist Megan Jacobs, a PhD student at the University of Portsmouth who has lived on the Isle of Wight her whole life. Meg is an expert
Oh, so that must explain why she's blonde. Hey, that just supports my theory that, like, this place is really Agartha.
on the geology and rich fossil treasures that can be found on this incredible island, and runs a guided fossil walking company, White Coast Fossils.
White? Wow. And they made it white. This only supports my theory even more. It's like they made it all white. Like, they made the logo white. Wait, hey Zeta VonKey, 14 comments turned to comments of 8. The fuck? Hot take, Kratos beats Sonic, that's valid. Chat, okay. Let me look up VonKey. Yo, so chat, someone just said the VonKey shit got updated, so let's see what's going on. Wow, he really fucking deleted all the comments. Yo, so chat, come re-raid his shit. He was just caught deleting comments again. The fuck? Yeah, so he's trying to silence the fact that everyone's telling him to debate me, but he's just blatantly ducking. So, let's just prove my point. Oh yeah, he's definitely deleting shit now. Zeta, you need a new fan base bro. Not even gonna lie, bro. On my soul, I need a new fan base. Some of y'all niggas are so fucking cringe, bro. Like, the words cannot describe how cringe some of you guys actually are. Like, it's not like I don't want to associate with you people, bro. It's just so corny. It's just so corny.
Through these guided walks, she helps people find their own fossils and learn more about the fascinating prehistory of this part.
Wait, this guy looks a little blonde too. Guys, does he look like he's from Agartha? I'm not gonna lie, he looks like he's from Agartha, bro.
Of the country. Meg is also currently running a crowdfunding campaign in order to fund the publication of her new book on the geology and fossils of the Isle of Wight. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but do be sure to head to the link.
He looks a little blonde. He might be like a sub-Agarthian. Like, he might be like a bit of like a half, 25% Agarthian, bro.
In the description if you're able to help out.
So Meg has brought us to the site where near...
Yeah, he might... Chat, you know what he looks like? He kind of looks like a little bit like a blonde Harry Potter kind of ish guy. He might be from Agartha, chat. I don't know. His visa is denied. Okay, Squigga, who are you to judge on who's from Agartha and who's not, bro? Are you a guardian of Agartha, bro?
Neovenator was first discovered and where people first got their glimpse of this marvelous predator. So, Meg, what makes Neovenator such an important find among Isle of Wight dinosaurs?
So I believe it was the first like big theropod.
Six Formation, a subdivision with
The West Sex Formation? Who is naming this shit? Who is naming this shit? Bro. Who is doing this? I just be watching shit, bro. You know, chat, I have not been making YouTube videos, but what I have been doing is just watching this shit. The West Sex Formation. Yeah, okay, chat. This is a real formation, bro. Bruh, Jackass Donkey just deleted my comment. Yeah, so it looks like he's ducking even more now. Very ironic. Let's see this. Let's see. Why are you ducking Zeta? Just debate him. Yeah, I know. It should be pretty obvious.
within the larger Wealden group. The Wealden spans some 15 to 20 million years of Earth's history and records a
Whoa! What the fuck was that? Yo, it's like y'all are so fucking cringe. I can't pay attention to this shit, bro. This shit's actually peak. This video already sounds so peak, and I'm trying to like actually hear it. I'm trying to legitimately hear this thing.
The Wealden spans some 15 to 20 million years of Earth's history and records a dramatic transformation of an ancient Cretaceous environment.
Wow, I wonder what. Yo, what is that? I want to know what that dinosaur is.
The start of these rock sequences preserves river and lake ecosystems that stretched across a prehistoric floodplain. But towards the end of the Wealden, the rocks were deposited in lagoons that then began to have more of a marine influence as the sea levels rose during this time, eventually flooding the landscape. Neovenator lived at a time when this long-vanished environment had a Mediterranean-like climate, and it was still a vast flat coastal plain, crisscrossed by great rivers that were prone to flooding. These surges of water, carrying suspended sediment and sometimes the bodies of dinosaurs, are what we have to thank for the marvelous fossils of prehistoric organisms we find today, as the remains of dead animals were washed onto the floodplain and occasionally.
Okay, let me double check. Let's see the updates on this bitch. Yeah, because we have this nigga on record. Yup. Okay, so I get so he's not deleting comments again, right? So I guess we're gonna wait for the new wave because he can't be doing this forever. Y'all ever heard the T-Rex's real noise? We don't know what it is. It's like purely theoretical, right? I'm pretty sure.
Ended up in stagnant, shallow ponds of water, where they became buried by muds and eventually turned to stone. This particular location on the island's south coast, the final resting place of Neovenator, can tell us a lot about the kind of environment.
Is that the dinosaur right there? I mean, I could see like the kind of like the picking out of that thing or whatever, right? Okay, I'm getting a little bored of this video. I want to try a different dinosaur video because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like it hunted Spinosaurus.
The Wessex Formation. After baryonyx walk.
No fucking way it fought the baryonyx, bro. No fucking way it fought the baryonyx, bro. This fuck ass dinosaur, bro.
Of how the roles of the classic dinosaur predatoid
Channel forest
From this coastline too.
such for several decades.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit bored of this video. Yo, chat, what should we watch? What should we watch? Zeta, what is the best dinosaur? Probably the T-Rex. It's always been the T-Rex for me. I know it's a very generic answer from me, right? It's a very generic answer of me, right? But yeah. Official Divine has an Indominus Rex scaling video? No way. That would actually be pretty cool. That's not. I'm not even. Why are you guys even calling him a loser? He's just a chill dude. Like, there's something really wrong with him. Like, you guys need to, like, kind of chill the fuck out on him. Okay, low-key. I know what that fucking dinosaur is. I know what that dinosaur is, bro. Come on. Yeah, why are you guys calling Official Divine a loser? He probably makes like 10 times more money than any of you guys do. Like, y'all need to chill the fuck out on Official Divine. He's really just a chill dude. Like, dude's just really chill. I just witnessed VonKey deleted comment. Oh, so he's back. Oh, yeah, he's definitely deleting comments again. I haven't seen the numbers go up. But yeah, it looks like he wants to keep ducking me. Peep cord mud. Oh, let me see over here. U.S. presidents make a dinosaur fighting tier list. This is a video. Oh, I remember this trend. It was like back in it was back in like 2021. Let's be okay. Low-key T-Rex is at S. That's just objective. I mean, if we ignore like all like the long neck dinosaurs, because let's be for real, you're gonna need at least like 3 to 4 T-Rexes to kill like one giant dinosaur. But yeah, chat. You're gonna need at least like 3 or 4. I refreshed VonKey's page. The comments decreased again? No fucking way. Did it go down to 8? Oh, no, it didn't. Dude, literally, I'm not even joking. The ratio on my response versus his main post is genuinely bad. There's a ratio on his shit. It's so funny, bro. Nigga got fucking ratioed. Yeah, T-Rex has always been the best, bro. No one has been able to match its power. Genuinely strongest dinosaur ever, bro. Chat! The T-Rex solos everything ever. The T-Rex is the strongest animal ever, bro. Strongest predator animal ever, bro. He's strong. Like, when it comes to predators, the T-Rex is the best predator. Better than Logical J. Better than Drip Sauce. Better than VonKey, because I think he sent, like, weird shit in a Discord server, bro. But, like, bro. Shh, shut up. Stop talking. We don't talk about him here, okay? We don't talk about the Argentinosaurus, bro. Okay, bro, chat. Oh good Lord, the Argentinosaurus, bro. This thing, yeah, chat, you're gonna need at least like 3 T-Rexes, 4 T-Rexes to kill it, bro. Yeah, because a T-Rex is real. Like, chat, I'm not gonna lie. The Argentinosaurus, yeah, you need at least 3 to 4 of them. Well, no fucking shit. Yeah, that's asking the Megalodon to go on land either. Like, the fuck? Like, chat, have you seen how fucking big this thing is? Look how Look at this! This thing is massive! This thing is massive! Chat, this thing is huge! Like, bro. Like, chat, this thing is fucking enormous, bro. The Argentinosaurus is the biggest dinosaur ever, bro. The T-Rex cannot kill this thing by itself. It needs like 4. You need 4 T-Rexes to kill this thing. At least 4. Nope, that's not true. The thing's tail can be used to crush their whole bones. That is not true. The tail alone weighs more than a T-Rex. That is not true. Holy shit, that's false. This thing, bro. Okay, chat. 500 meters? No, that's Godzilla size. That's not true. Yeah, you need at least 4. At least 4. Because the thing is, they can't. The Argentinosaurus can't handle 4 T-Rexes. Ha! The fuck? No, that is that true? No fucking way! It's real. Oh my. The king of the dinosaurs just got even bigger. T-Rex was 50 feet long and weighed up to 15 tons, 70% heavier than previously thought, study claims. What the fuck? Oh, is this talking about Goliath? I know about the Goliath. The Goliath is pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. The Goliath is kind of insane. Chat, imagine this fucking thing staring at you. This thing right here. You're dead with bro. I would be fucking terrified, bro. Like that okay, when I think of a T-Rex, I think of that thing. Like how you like bro, this shit is fucking scary, bro. Chat, remember it took a meteor to kill this thing, bro. It took a meteor to actually take out the T-Rex. Hold on, there was this one artist of the T-Rex that was really cool. Mark Whitten. All right, chat. Let me show you guys something. All right. Chat. Imagine this thing fucking stare, bro. This, bro. I would actually, hold on. Look how fucking scary this thing is. No, wait. I didn't mean to do that. Open image in new tab. Nigga, I said open image in new tab. I didn't ask for this fucking shit, bro. Bro. Look how fucking big that thing is, bro. I would never want to be near, like, this is probably what a T-Rex actually looked like, bro. That's what a T-Rex, like, actually looked like, bro. This is what a T-Rex, like, actually fucking looked like, bro. This shit is, like, scary as fuck. Like chat. This shit, like, bro, run. Just run from this thing, bro. I would never want to be fucking near this thing ever, bro. All right, chat. We're gonna watch this video. We're gonna try doing like the VonKey bait.
This is me. This is Earth 66 million years ago. And those two behind me are the largest predators to have ever walked the Earth. And I'm here to show you what a scientifically accurate T-Rex fight would have actually looked like. Now look, these are cool. They're long, dynamic, and obviously cost millions of dollars to choreograph, film, and animate. But like most things from Hollywood, these fights and the creatures in them are much more concerned with being exciting for a modern audience than with realism, much less scientific accuracy, which means we've probably never seen what a real dinosaur fight actually looked like. So if not this, what would a scientifically accurate dinosaur fight be? Well, there are three big things that Hollywood consistently gets wrong. Firstly, T-Rex and all other giant theropods were separated by millions of years and continents, meaning they're not fighting. But even if they lived at the same place at the same time, they're still not going to want to fight each other.
Guys, you guys want to know like an actual like dinosaur rivalry, bro? The Carcharodontosaurus versus the Spinosaurus. Chat, let me show you. All right, Dontosaurus versus the Spine. Yeah, this fight was actually real. These two niggas actually fought. Hold on, I need to show you guys. Oh wait, this is like this image is way too fucking small. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys right. Yeah, these two niggas right here. These guys actually fought. These two dinosaurs right here actually fought. Like, these two guys actually fought. Yeah, no, the Spino was getting beat the fuck up, bro. The Spino was actually getting beat up, bro. Nah, but if the car was stupid enough to get in the water, the Spino would beat the shit. Right. The Spino would beat the shit out of the car if the car is stupid. Because if the car is in water, it turns into this. Hold on, let me show you guys. Yeah, never, the one thing the car should never do is this. Never get near the water. Never get near the water, bro. Nope, dinosaurs are really smart. They're really smart. VonKey's comment section just went down to 7. No fucking way. I gotta peep this shit. 7? Yo. Holy censorship. Holy censorship. There are studies that say T-Rex was as smart as a chimp. Yo, that's not real. Okay, I need to look that shit up right now. T-Rex as smart as chimp. I need to see this shit. Paleontology news. T-Rex was as smart as chimpanzee.
Yes, that is a sensational title, but yes, it is backed up by science.
Ah! No, the Spino loses it if it's on land, but if it's on water, the Spino's being the shit. Or like if it's like near like a lake or like near some water area, the Spino's being the fuck out of the Corcor. Ha! Bro! What the fuck? Oh my god! Squigga! Bro, I didn't know you were like, they had this much dinosaur knowledge, bro. What the fuck is that? A chimp? No, bro. Nah, bro. Okay, let's see the argument.
Archosaurian intelligence is already known to reach extremely high levels. In avians, for example, ravens and parrots display complex learning behaviors and the ability to communicate between species. Even crocodiles, which are traditionally depicted as mentally sluggish and primitive, care for their young, form societies, and engage in tool use while hunting.
They form societies? Yo, T-Rex, bro. This nigga T-Rex could have been running his own comm, his own little Cretaceous comm, bro. T-Rex beats VonKey on formal logic.
Birds. Archosaurs are not dumb. This new study shouldn't be that much while hunting birds. Archosaurs are not dumb. This new study shouldn't be that much of a surprise. Stephen Broussard, a Scottish paleontologist with the University of Edinburgh, recently published
With the university?
a book entitled The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs. In it, he discusses how CAT scans have given us a greater understanding of Tyrannosaur brain structure and intelligence. Previously, the encephalization quotient, or EQ, was measured as 1.0, the same as crocodiles. That's still not dumb. But with the addition of the detailed imaging, Broussard was able to calculate an actual score of 2.0 to 2.4, more than double what was previously assumed.
Nope.
So, what does that mean? It's significantly higher than dogs, cats, and rats, which are...
We're going to hell. Well, actually, there's a reason this thing is not alive anymore. The meteor killed it for a reason.
some of the most intelligent mammals. A chimpanzee's encephalization quotient sits pretty at 2.5, and Broussard specifically writes that Tyrannosaurus rex operated on a comparable intellectual level to chimpanzees.
Nope. I'm fucking dead, bro.
Everything about this animal shouts apex predator. It pushed 9,000 kilograms, had the visual acuity of an eagle, the hearing of an owl, the olfactory function of a vulture, the brains of a primate, and the raw physical power needed to tear apart a car with its jaws. Tyrannosaurus was the ultimate terrestrial predator, at least until we dig up the bones of a dragon.
I'm fucking scared. I'm fucking scared. When did this come out? 7 years ago. This isn't even the newest shit. Let me go to newest.
It's significantly higher than dogs, cats, and rats, which are some of the most intelligent mammals. A chimpanzee's encephalization quotient sits pretty at 2.5, and Broussard specifically writes that Tyrannosaurus rex is a predator. It pushed 9,000 kilograms, had the
Pushed 9,000 kilograms.
visual acuity of an eagle,
Visual acuity of an eagle.
the hearing of an owl,
The hearing of an
the
owl.
olfactory function of a vulture,
The olfactory function of a
brains of
vulture.
a primate, and the raw physical power needed to tear apart a car with its jaws.
No. Bro. Bro. No. Why is Brody scared? The thing is dead. I'm scared that I'm actually more happy that a meteor hit the dinosaurs now. T-Rex also had padded feet. They were dead ass silent. Dead ass. You wouldn't even hear them walking to you. No! But there's a reason. Okay. But there's a reason only one T-Rex exists. Like only one of this species exists. I might be wrong though, because Tarbosaurus is another one as well. But I don't know if Tarbosaurus was ever as smart as the main T-Rex from North America. Yeah, T-Rex solos everything.
Tyrannosaurus, at least until we dig up the bones of a dragon.
I'm fucking scared, bro.
Sometimes there's paleontology discussions that can just drive you insane. And a lot of that is because a lot of the papers that get published are then talked about in different kinds of pop science articles. And then those articles are taken at face value by the public. One such case is with the recent paper looking at the potential number of neurons in very large theropod dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus rex. And that's also caused a lot of people to make memes about it. So what does the paper itself actually make as its arguments? Because there's plenty of articles about how, oh, look, T-Rex was as smart as a baboon, could have used tools and could have... Which, I don't know, I don't see no Tyrannosaurus Rex-shaped pyramid out there. So the first thing these authors did is they took a lot of animals that were related to the dinosaurs. And this includes many modern groups, such as some crocodilians, but also turtles and also lizards, but also importantly birds, which themselves are dinosaurs. Now, this kind of practice of using data that was collected from another study is pretty regular.
Well, T-Rex isn't related to birds. Those are only avian dinosaurs.
Data, you can apply it to other studies at the same time. So there's nothing outrageous or wild going on there. However, what they did do with this is
Goat drip sauce clutches against Argentinosaurus on laws of logic.
then try to compare, scale it up into dinosaurs, and essentially try and look at whether or not those animals were warm or cold-blooded and how big their brains were relative to their body size. Actually splits the dinosaurs into two separate groups of cold-blooded dinosaurs and warm-blooded dinosaurs. And this is because, in general, cold-blooded animals will have a slightly smaller size relative to the entire body. And so based on this, they were able to say, yeah, some of the dinosaurs would have been warm-blooded and some of them would have been cold-blooded. But importantly for us, we're mainly talking about Tyrannosaurus rex because that's where the headlines came from. And from the data, they assumed that Tyrannosaurus would have been in that group. And from that, they assume it would have had a bird-like brain. And from that, they assume that it would have had potentially the same number of neurons as a baboon, from which they assumed that it was probably about as intelligent as a baboon, could have potentially used tools, and, you know, maybe even make a society of some degree. I mean, even some modern day crows have arguably societies just because of their social structures. So it's a very specific term, but I don't think necessarily people are actually thinking they went out and built things. Maybe use some tools, but not building things. Now, I'm sure what you heard during most of that was the word assumption or assume. And the thing is, assumptions aren't necessarily bad. And the author of this paper has done a lot of really great. She's good at what she does. She
I'm not gonna. Yeah, so nigga, I think you might have gotten blocked by VonKey.
the fossil record, there's a different set of assumptions and different sets of data that you need to look at. And that's something that's just not fully understood by everyone.
Check
because
VonKey's,
she's not a
yeah, already
paleontologist,
checked that shit.
she's
Did he make a new one?
a neurologist. And paleontologists probably wouldn't be able to just jump straight into brain science either. There's different types of thinking that you need for different sciences. You need to look at different tracks of different data, and especially with you need to look at what's available. You can make assumptions in modern science and then test those assumptions. A lot of the assumptions that are made in this paper you can't really test very effectively. And one of the best cases of this from this paper is actually just looking at the error. There's somewhere between 446 million neurons in Tyrannosaurus brain to all the way up to 3.3 billion with a B neurons. So there's this massive gap, essentially this massive margin of error that side of this, meaning that there's, again, not really a good way to test specifically how many neurons it would have had. There's a lot of error there, and so making assumptions data is a little iffy for paleontology. The author also makes specific mention that the birds they chose were from clades of which the clades had already split before the KPG impact, essentially the big rock that came from the sky and killed off the non-avian dinosaurs. Those birds that were chosen had already evolved, or at least their groups had started to evolve before that impact. So you're not getting this kind of after effect of the later diversification of birds potentially affecting the study. And that's really great, except when you're considering that that's 66 million years ago. And at 60 data as might have been there, there's still 100 million years of data that you're not accounting for, simply because evolution takes a long time sometimes. And in this case, there's a long time between these two groups. The brains could have very easily changed. And in fact, based on the shape, that is also what we see. This paper doesn't really make a big deal about the brain. Instead, it's more focused on the volume of the brain. And that's something really important to consider because the fact is Tyrannosaurus rex didn't have a bird brain. Its brain was not shaped like a bird. Instead, it was shaped more like a crocodilian. And the thing is, from what we found about some early bird cases, like it gave them better dexterity with their beaks, and may have been part of the reason they were so successful and actually survived that extinction. So we can't just slap a straight onto a Tyrannosaurus rex and call it good. We need to do a little bit more than that and consider that maybe it was a more crocodilian-like brain, even if it was warm-blooded. Additionally, the math that was done is pretty much just scaling up a bird brain and putting those number of neurons at that neuron density into a Tyrannosaurus rex skull. The thing is, skulls and brains don't necessarily scale perfectly. I mean, even elephants have more neurons than humans do, but it's not a perfect scale for their mass and the size of their brain. And also, humans, I would still argue, are smarter than elephants, even if elephants aren't destroying the planet. And that's really down to the number of elephants, even if elephants aren't destroying the planet. And that's really down to the number of synapses that are occurring on those neurons. Essentially, how many connections are there between neurons? If each neuron in a brain only their neuron.
Okay, I think we get it. I think the T-Rex is low-key like, the fuck? Yeah, the T-Rex low-key just like would flip the fucking Spino over. If there is a dinosaur if there is a dinosaur that would be we humans, because enemy would be the Utah Raptor. It's too big to fight. I had a stroke reading this shit, bro. I don't fucking know. Dude, I just watch videos. I don't care if you're good at debating or not. Like, seriously. Like, I don't give a shit.
We all know that theropod dinosaurs like T-Rex and Spinosaurus were powerful predators with keen senses. Theropods are famous for being the largest terrestrial carnivores in history, some being twice an elephant.
Oh my god! Wait, twice?!
But what if theropods were just muscle and teeth? What if these terrifying beasts were smart enough to develop cultures? That may have been the case. Neuroscientist Susanna Ercolano Husel, I hope I pronounced that correctly, may have started a revolution in estimating the intelligence of extinct taxa. Her paper, published January 5, 2023, discusses how her lab utilized isotropic fractionation, a technique to quickly.
Yeah, no, we're done. Hey, so the thing is, even if the Spinosaurus fought the T-Rex on water, the T-Rex would still fucking win. You want to know why? Because the T-Rex could swim. Oh, yeah, you didn't know that shit? Oh, let me show you. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. It's the Spino isn't even winning on its own ground. The Spino's a better swimmer, but it's not beating the T-Rex. Yeah, they could actually swim. Yeah, dinosaur debates are actually better than fiction. Yeah, facts, bro. Fiction is so fucking boring. Oh, madly Mesozoic. Let me peep this shit. Yo, hey, yo, chat. So my shit fucking crashed. Yo, chat, my bad. Let me reshare my Discord. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but yeah. Yeah, a T-Rex wouldn't fight the Spino and vice versa. But if the T-Rex saw some food that it needed to have, it would kill the. Yeah, the thing is, right? The thing about the T-Rex is that the T-Rex is actually good at swimming. So for the Spino to actually try to hurt the T-Rex would be really, really hard. And if the T-Rex and if the Spino, the T-Rex is like extremely fucking territorial, right? If the Spino were to try to even be near a T-Rex territory and it pisses the T-Rex hard enough, the T-Rex will kill it no matter what. Yeah, T-Rex definitely had lips. Yeah, the T-Rex lip debate is finally over. Chat. The T-Rex probably had lips. I'm not gonna lie, I'm more inclined to believe the T-Rex had lips. Oh, wait, let me see one. There's a really interesting one I saw. Could bears survive the Jurassic? Yes, they would fucking kill Allosaurus. They would.
Ladies and gentle sores, zoic maniacs and dinosaur dorks. Today, we pose the question, could grizzly bears survive in the Mesozoic era?
Yeah, they really easily could. Yeah, a bear would fucking kill the Allosaurus, bro.
Now, before we transport the grizzly bear into the Mesozoic, let's determine which period would be most suitable for them. The Triassic period. The Triassic would definitely offer grizzly the easiest time in terms of competition.
Yup. Yeah, no, yeah, pretty easily too.
As most land animals did not get much bigger than animals we have today, the grizzly bear could pretty easily become pretty high up on the food chain in the Triassic, only really being outmatched by pseudotsuchians like Phaseolasuchus. However, Triassic period was simply too hot.
Yeah, but okay. But here's the thing though, right? A grizzly bear is fucking huge. Like, it's a really beefy animal. Like, I've been to the Nat, right? It's this history museum in San Diego, right? And I've seen like an Allosaurus skeleton. That thing is not surviving a grizzly bear. I'm gonna be so for real. Like, did you know that the Allosaurus had a bite that's weaker than a lion? Like, the Allosaurus would not, right? Bro, Allo could reach up to 2 tons. Well, how much does a grizzly bear weigh? How much does grizzly bear weigh? Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe. Oh, shit. Okay, kind of a bad part. Wait. Okay, let's actually let's how much does short-faced bear weigh? Let's do short-faced bear. Okay, that's a little bit more fair. Bro, Allo can reach up to 2 tons. Okay, the short-faced bear is a more fair competition. I thought the grizzlies were way bigger though. I was wrong. Kodiak bears are like 900 kilograms. How much is 900 kilograms? What the fuck? Hold on. How much does Kodiak bear weigh? Well, the Kodiak bear is a bigger competition against the Allosaurus. Because it says right here the Kodiak is like around 1,400 at max. The biggest polar bear we've seen was a ton. Then why does it say that 1,400? Wait, biggest polar bear ever. There's no way. Hold on, biggest polar bear ever. Oh, it was not 1,000. It was actually 2,000. Okay. Okay, let's see his response. Yeah.
Hot for a furry animal like the grizzly bear to thrive in. Global temperature average between 122 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. The Jurassic period. The Jurassic would be the best in terms of climate for the grizzly bear, with an average of 62 degrees Fahrenheit or 16.5 degrees Celsius. The Jurassic was only a bit away. Competition for bears in the Jurassic is less than ideal, but they could still find a middle of the food chain niche and perhaps do better in that niche than its reptilian counterparts.
Oh, the Ceratosaurus. Oh, this guy is so fucking cool. T-Rex beats the fuck out of that dumbass elephant. I don't know why niggas were thinking that elephant was OP. Fuck, it's not. The Paleoxodon is just built on some fragmentary remains. Like, we don't actually know how OP it was. Right? And a T-Rex is, like, really fucking smart. Like, the Paleoxodon is fucking fodder. A Triceratops would beat the shit out of that thing, bro. Like, the Paleoxodon is so it's bro.
The Cretaceous would be ideal for grizzly bears in terms of food. Particularly, the end of the Cretaceous is when we start to see things like fruits, nuts, flowers, bees and honey, and grasses to start to appear. Though, the Cretaceous was quite a bit warmer than the Jurassic.
They fucking buffed it? They fucking buffed the Allo? God. I'd say no, that's a bit of a stretch. I'd say like 2 to 3. Yes, Allo was hunting. Sauropods, right? Like the Diplodocus and shit. Allosaurus bite force. 3,000 to 5. Wait. Hold on. 2025. Let me look this shit up right now. As of late 2025, comparable to a wolf or a lion. Well, it's still this is AI, so I don't fucking believe that for a start. As a study from 2021, estimated bite force of 8,322 newtons. So how much? Let's look at lion bite force. Oh, okay. The Allosaurus fucking one shots. Holy shit. What the fuck? Oh, yo, what the fuck? Okay, who the fuck keeps buffing the dinosaurs? That's not cool, man. Fucking dinosaur books when I was 5 are gonna become outdated because of these niggas, bro. Actually, bro. A T-Rex is pretty unoriginal, but I fucking love the T-Rex.
Jurassic due to higher volcanic activity, averaging about 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius globally. Though not impossible for the bear to survive in, certainly not ideal. In terms of competition, the Cretaceous...
Oh, these guys? Oh, this thing was like as tall as a giraffe. I was going to say giraffe. No, this thing is as tall as a giraffe. This thing right here? Oh, this thing is terrifying.
Is probably where bear is worst off. Theropods like Tyrannosaurs and Carcharodontosaurids were larger than their Jurassic forerunners. I believe that the Jurassic period would be the bear to survive in, mainly women, as well as their competition slightly easier to deal with in the Jurassic than in the Cretaceous. We're going to place a breeding population of Kodiak grizzly bears in North America 155 to 145 million years ago. I've chosen specifically the Kodiak of its size, which, spoiler alert, it will need every last ounce of. We'll be using animals found in the Morrison Formation.
What the fuck? Let me see this shit. Damn, these niggas are stacked. Torvosaurus. Oh, I've known about this nigga right here. This thing is bigger than the Allo. Saurophaganax. Stegosaurus. Oh, yeah. It's not fucking beating that thing. A Stegosaurus. Bro, imagine a Stegosaurus during mating season or some shit. This motherfucker right here has, bro. Stegosaurus, bro. Yeah, you're not beating the Stego. T-Rex next. T-Rex no diffs. No, but chat. Imagine an angry, horny Stegosaurus during mating season. Because chat, I'm gonna tell you right now, an animal, a regular animal, is like nothing. Like an animal, like an elephant during mating season would beat the shit out of a regular elephant. Like imagine like an angry, muscular Stegosaurus during mating season. The bear is fucking dead. The bear is dead. A Stegosaurus in mating season would kill the bear. It would literally one-shot the bear. It's not even close. One hit. The Stego would one-hit the bear during mating season.
As a reference for their interactions with dinosaurs. I will be using 5 different categories to score the bears on their ability to survive.
Yo, Zeta, you think Goliath could kill a T-Rex? Goliath is the biggest T-Rex to ever exist. What do you think? It was probably the alpha of every T-Rex group it coexisted in.
Categories are environment suitability, advantages, disadvantages, food source,
Wait,
Categories
what?
are environment suitability, advantages, disadvantages, food source.
That nigga is no did fight. Saurophagonax completely solos elephants. Let me verify. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me see this shit. Saurophagonax. How big was this motherfucker? Size. What the fuck? Fuck no. What the fuck? This thing. What the fuck? Yo, bro, come the yo versus elephant. Okay, well that's an elephant, okay? Because an elephant is pretty big. I don't know. Elephants have really big muscles. Oh, wait, yeah, it may not be real. I remember hearing it was like a sauropod or something, right? Yeah, it might not. It could just be like a sauropod, like a big long neck.
Scores. In competition, these scores will then be a final survival assessment score. Let's start with environment suitability. Bears are generalist
Bro.
animals, meaning they're pretty adaptable to any environment you place them in.
yo, the beard, bro.
The temperatures the grizzly bear will be living in are more or less the same temperatures that they experience in the summer today, except all year round. Temperatures in the Jurassic were pretty uniform globally, only changing slightly with altitude. No ice caps means not nearly as much snow as there is today. Bears that live closer to the poles may still hibernate, but will more often simply enter torpor, which is a state that both black and brown bears enter in mild winters. The lack of deeper winters, at least where we'll be placing them in the need to hibernate, means bears don't need to fatten up as much as they do in our modern era. This could potentially mean that our bears will be smaller on average, since they don't need to eat as much every year. However, hibernation is also when most grizzly bears give birth. A good portion of the time a cub spends in the safety of a bear would now be spent out in the open, meaning mother grizzlies extra hard to protect their cubs. Historically, grizzly bears have a range as far north as Alaska and as far south as Sinaloa. So
I can locally see the bears surviving the Jurassic. They would survive. Even if they're not number one in the Jurassic like environment, they would still survive. I think they would survive.
generally, grizzlies can adapt to most of the climates they'll be exposed to in the Jurassic. Environment suitability, 4 out of 5. Now for advantages. Bears are very smart. Although they only have an EQ of 0.8 to 1, their brains are incredibly complex. Their intelligence is often compared to that of higher primates, which is definitely saying something about how smart they really are. Intimidation. Bears are great at making themselves seem like a much more dangerous threat than they are. When a bear means to threaten another animal, they will stand up on their hind legs, doubling their height. This, combined with growling, makes them incredibly intimidating. Imagine you're a Ceratosaurus, and you come across a grizzly bear. At first you're like, alright, easy meal, let's go. And then suddenly it is now eye level, or maybe even taller than you, and is making these noises. Whoa, what the hell is this? And you call it a day. I imagine the grizzly bear being kind of like a honey.
Fuck? Is that a real painting?
Whoa, what the hell is this? And you call it a day.
Wait, guys, who do you think would win? Who do you guys think would wait, low-key? Bear versus Ceratosaurus. You guys. Bears versus Ceratosaurus. Who do you guys think got that? Chat, who gets the dub here? I like bears. I'm gonna think the bear wins. T-Rex is taller. It would be really hard for the Cerrato to survive a bear. Like, even if the Cerrato wins, they would have a shitload of injuries from a bear.
a grizzly bear. At first, you're like, alright, easy meal, let's go. And then suddenly it is now eye level, or maybe
Oh yeah, and the Serato might get fear hacks, which could affect its muscle output.
even taller than you, and is making these
It's
noises.
scientifically-
Whoa, 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 what the hell is this? And you call it a day. I imagine the grizzly bear being kind of like a honey badger in the Jurassic. Like I mentioned in the suitability scoring, bears are a jack-of-all-trade animal, and generally are seen in all terrestrial habitats. Jungles, mountains, deserts, forests, etc. They will have zero issues getting comfortable in their environment, especially given time to evolve and adapt. This, combined with their generous lifestyle, squat out that they can. Another thing I'd like to mention is that despite their size, brown bears are still very adept climbers. This will make getting away from large theropods a breeze. Grizzly bears, as big as they are, only take 4 years to reach sexual maturity, continuing to grow until they're 7 to 10 years old.
4? Wait, wait. Only needs 4 years?
Only take 4 years to reach sexual maturity.
Really? Chat, should I order a bear? I should go to Russia. I need to find a bear. I low-key need to find a bear and raise a bear. You know, because chat, did you know that there's a guy who lives with a grizzly bear and it like successfully worked? Get one, chat. Chat, should I get a bear? 4 years to reach sexual maturity? Chat, this might be. Chat. Imagine like she was like beta 445. The fuck you mean beta 445? Nigga VonKey, why the fuck are you peeping me watching animal videos instead of debating me? This nigga is still fucking lurking in my chat instead of debating me, bro. Why are you deleting comments of my viewers telling you to debate? All right, but anyways, chat. No, because the thing is, right, it only takes 4 years to raise a bear to adulthood. That should be pretty easy. It only takes 4 years for a bear to reach full maturity. That should be really easy. Yeah, maybe just like have a 4-year trip of raising a bear. That'd be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, raising a bear? VonKey is still fucking ducking me. Why are you ducking me? Bro, VonKey, you act like you don't send weird shit in Discord servers, bro. Don't think I haven't seen the screenshots of you sending naked Kaguya pictures, bro. One. Just one. Yo, Zeta, did you know about early humans? Also, I don't know why VonKey's talking about Beta 445 as Rep Trump, who was at Epstein's place like 15 times.
Continuing to grow until they're 7 to 10 years old.
Okay, so that's not their full growth.
Allosaurus likely attained its full size around 15 years. This means that our brown bears will reach maturity as fast or faster than their competition. Very important for establishing a population.
Oh yeah, you need to kill all the baby aloes before it's too late. What the fuck?
Advantages, 5 out of 5. Disadvantages. Although grizzlies are top dogs in their environment today, this will simply no longer be the case in the Jurassic. They can no longer occupy the role of the bully. This will affect almost everything about them. No longer can they occupy a large open field and battle for the right to mate without risking being picked off by predators like Same goes for fishing. Videos of bears sitting by the river catching fish. This would also become much more dangerous for the same reasons. No longer can they walk through the forest in confidence, but rather in constant awareness and fear. Their lifestyle will have to change significantly.
Look at that. He's just smiling as shit, bro. It's just smiling as shit.
If they are to survive. Normally, grizzly bears are just fine living a solitary lifestyle because, like I mentioned, nothing with them. No more. The Kodiak bear will likely have to adopt a lifestyle that is far more shy and secluded. Disadvantages 2 out of 5. Food source. Though the Jurassic is devoid of many of the fruits and plants that bears feed on today, they'll be perfectly fine adapting to a higher protein-based diet. We don't really think of them this way, but grizzlies are really just walking garbage disposals.
Why
No
is the
eating-
grown-ass man for me? I don't know what that is.
anything. I don't see them having any problem foraging and discovering new easy. But what about their prey items? The Jurassic is known for big, impressive herbivores. No doubt, a grizzly bear has no business going for any sauropod. But out of the prey animals in the Morrison Formation, I honestly think that all but 2 new for the bear. Ornitholestes, Frutidens, Drinker, Dryosaurus, and
Okay, Saurophagonite isn't even fucking real.
Ophneliosaurus are all herbivores that are small and fair game for our grizzly bear, so we can reasonably cross these off the list. There's also 2 small carnivores, Solurus and Tanicolegrius. These are also easy meals for a grizzly bear. These smaller dinosaurs would be prey of our bears. Camptosaurus would also have been a decent meal, comparable to that of an elk or a young moose. Though very similar to its relative the iguanodon, Camptosaurus lacked the thumb spike that would come in rear.
Shut your fucking mouth. I am sick of your shit.
As for armored dinosaurs, Mimorapelta and Gargoylosaurus are likely to be a challenge for grizzly down. Stegosaurus and Hesperosaurus are out of the question. This combined with their thagomizers make it far too dangerous to take them on.
Yeah, that would be like, what the fuck?
Bears also indulge in opportunistic scavenging. I can easily see a grizzly bear moving in on a course.
Yeah, chat, I was at Northern California during my vacation and shit, so I was actually I really wanted to see a black bear, but I couldn't see one, so, you know.
After an Allosaurus or Torvosaurus has had its fill. Foods 4 out of 5. And now for competition. Bears will be competing with carnivorous theropods, which are far better adapted for their environment and hunting their prey. There are 2 theropods in the Morrison Formation that occupy the niche our bears are going for, and 2 that grizzlies will surely have to avoid. These theropods are Ceratosaurus and Marchosaurus, as well as Allosaurus and Torvosaurus.
They're not surviving Torvo. Definitely not Torvo, bro. Ignoring Super Saiyan 4, what is your favorite transformation in Dragon Ball? 2 or 3? Probably 2.
Marchosaurus, the smaller of the 2, is longer and slightly taller than a grizzly bear at the hips. However,
Nigga, the grizzly bear fucking kills.
the upper end of weight estimates only put Marchosaurus at roughly 400 to 500 pounds, as opposed to Kodiak and coastal brown bears, who often reach over 1,000 pounds in weight. Even female grizzly bears will reach about 600 to 800 pounds. The competition between these 2 animals wouldn't be too dissimilar from the competition between grizzlies and black bears today. They'll compete for the same
Yo, my bad, twin. I didn't know the aloe was that heavy.
food, but the grizzly bear will likely be able to scare off or even kill Marchosaurus. Ceratosaurus, heavier and visibly larger than the grizzly bear, will be tough competition. Ceratosaurus weighed about 20 to 2,200 pounds. Grizzly bears at their
The fuck? What? It was a ton heavier? The fuck?
largest reach about 1,400 pounds. Adolescent Ceratosaurus will likely be regular competition for our bears. However, adults will surely be avoided. Like adult Ceratosaurus, Allosaurus, and Torvosaurus
God, yeah. No. Run!
will be avoided at. These 2 theropods are simply far too large for grizzlies to even consider dealing with. We don't know how to predation attempt. Chances are, however, they'd simply be easy snacks for these larger 2.5 out of 5. Our score for the grizzly bear in the period is 6.5 out of 10.
Holy shit. That is like a... Like, holy shit. What the fuck?
It's very likely that bears can survive in the late Jurassic, just not in the same niche they occupy today. There's going to be a lot of adjustment for our bears, and adapting to find a better niche for themselves will be a necessity. A bear necessity.
Bare necessities, the simple bare.
Last 20 million years. In the Jurassic, let's talk about some ways the brown bear could evolve in order to better fit their environment. Bears, as we recognize them, only evolved in the past 20 million years. In the Mesozoic, they would have at least all the way up until the KT extinction to evolve. I personally see bears going one or all three of the following ways. Taking to the trees. This Canopius, aka the canopy bear. Grizzly bears, although not as good at it as black bears, capable climbers. We have limited arboreal dinosaurs.
By the way, VonKey, if you're watching this is all getting recorded. If you're gonna try to take out of context of me as to you actually just debating me like you're assigned to, like a good fucking bitch, just remember this is all getting recorded, you nigga. So go hurry up and debate me. I know you're lurking.
Dinosaurs, especially in the Jurassic. This means that the niche of a large predator would be, we know, wide open. Over the next 4 million years, our brown bear evolves to occupy this niche. Ursus canopius resembles a mix of a black bear and a jaguar, sporting a long tail to better traverse the canopy and a patterned coat to blend in with its forest environment. The canopy bear is adept at preying upon other arboreal animals, but is also very well adapted for leaping down from the treetops onto unsuspecting prey. A drop bear, if you will. Scavenger specialization. Ursus putridus, aka the rotten bear. Bears, already moving garbage disposals, could maybe choose to dive deeper into this niche, literally and figuratively. Even an Allosaurus probably couldn't fit a whole Diplodocus in its stomach. Surely there are plenty of leftovers. Ursus putridus will specialize in eating the rotting
Shit, this video is kind of making me hungry. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
meat of large dinosaurs, and will become much larger in order to scare off strangers. Ursus putridus regularly even crawl inside the corpses of large sauropods and will gorge themselves for as long as the corpse provides them shelter. These bears resemble a larger but stubbier looking polar bear, with black fur and a bare red face like a vulture. The rotten bear is incredibly fat year-round. They live to feed, but don't underestimate them. They are nearly 11 feet tall on their hind legs and reach up to 2,200 pounds. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ursus, aka the great bear. Generalist animals like the best survivors in the animal kingdom when it comes to rapid changes in the environment. The problem with specialization, the ecosystem is disrupted. Specialized animals cannot adapt. It's likely in the bear's best interest to maintain this lifestyle, but if they're going to do this, they have to become much larger. Enter Ursus grandius, the great bear. In just 1 million years, this bear has evolved to maintain its generalist lifestyle, but in a world of dinosaurs. The largest known mammalian predator on land we know of is Andrewsarchus. Great bear is about 1.5 times the size of Andrewsarchus. Ursus grandius has evolved a longer torso and stronger limbs that allow it to stand even taller than its predecessors. Roughly 6.5 feet at the shoulder, 13 feet on its hind legs. The great bear weighs on average 3,200 pounds, depending on sex and time of year. Much higher on the food chain than before, great bears are able to do dinosaurs like Ceratosaurus and come out on top. In fact, our bear has evolved a much skull and long, sturdy canines evolved for piercing the windpipes of large.
God, the appearance of a bear and the skull is like way different.
Dinosaurs. Its powerful forelimbs and impressive claws allow it to grapple and wrestle animals to the ground and execute them just as they would with a moose or elk today. Saurus and Torvosaurus remain much larger than the great bear. Interactions between the two are no longer one-sided. When standing on its hind legs and vocalizing, the bear becomes very intimidating to these predators. Most often, these large theropods will sooner back off before risking a battle with Ursus grandius.
Allosaurus had such bullshit before.
But if they do, it's more than capable of fending them off. The bear is also a burrower. Great Ursus grandius, aka the great bear. Generalist animals like grizzlies are the best survivors in the animal kingdom when it comes to changes in the environment. The problem with specialization is that once the ecosystem is disrupted,
Am I going to debate Key? Yeah, I've been waiting for this nigga. That's the whole point of the fucking stream. So where is he? Like, he hasn't added me. Like, I'm checking my Discord. He has not given me a fucking friend request. Where is he?
specialized animals adapt. It's likely in the bear's best interest to maintain this lifestyle, but if they're they have to become much larger. Enter Ursus grandius, the great bear. In just 1 million years, this bear has evolved to maintain its generalist lifestyle, but in a world of dinosaurs. The largest known mammalian predator on land we know of is Andrewsarchus. Our great bear is about 1.5 times the size of Andrewsarchus. Ursus grandius evolved a longer torso and stronger limbs that allow it to stand even taller than its predecessors, roughly 6.5 feet at the shoulder and up to 13 feet on its hind legs. The great bear weighs on 200 pounds, depending on sex and time of year. Much higher on the food chain than before, great bears are able to do battle with dinosaurs like Ceratosaurus and come out on top. In fact, our bear has evolved a much stronger skull and long, sturdy canines evolved for piercing the windpipes of large dinosaurs. And has allowed it to grapple and wrestle animals to the ground. Interactions between when standing on its hind legs and vocalizing, the bear becomes very intimidating to these predators. Most often, these large theropods will sooner back off before risking a battle with Ursus grandius.
Allosaurus, I've never seen such bullshit before.
But if they don't, the bear is more than capable of fending them off. The great bear is also a burrower. Great bear burrows are massive mounds leaves, bones, and anything they can find, really. These dens go as far down as 12 feet into the ground and have a chamber where their cubs remain.
I think the moral of the story is would probably do it. Yeah, 6.5 out of 10 is like a bit realistic, yeah. Could T-Rex survive the Ice Age? Where is VonKey? Where the fuck? What? Let me
Goku! It's been a while, and I don't intend to lose this time. I've been.
Oh wait, this Goku look mad clean. I'm not gonna lie, bro. All right, let me ask some. The giant Carcharodontosaur that terrorized Cretaceous North America, that didn't fucking exist, or maybe it did. Is this talking about the acro? Because the acro would be that. Okay, chat. So let me watch this for shit real quick.
Utah raptor, a dromaeosaur.
No, you fucking do this.
The size of a polar bear. It lived in the upper yellow of the early years and was by far the biggest carnivore in its environment, making history as the only dromaeosaur apex predator. Recent discoveries demonstrated that Utah raptor actually lived alongside another meat-eating theropod up to 10 times its size. It began with dragon teeth, shed of ancient apex predators after meals or death. These teeth were from 3 quarries within the yellowcat member of the Cedar Mountain Formation, making them around 135 million years old. These serrated teeth had multiple shapes, sizes, and morphologies, indicating that potentially up to 3 different species had left them, all of which were identified in 2024 as Allosaurus. The yellowcat member they were from was long regarded as one with relatively medium-sized animals. The low-slung Nodosaur gastonia, dog to cow-sized ornithopods like Hippodraco and Estes, teen sauropods like Moabosaurus and Cedarosaurus. The only dinosaurian predators were Yurgovuchia, a wolf-sized dromaeosaur, and Utahraptor, another dromaeosaur but with the mass of a polar bear. In context, these herbivores would be among the largest on the planet, but for the means of an animal that would completely change our understanding of Cedar Mountain. Cat fauna
What is
and
it?
ecology. A giant carcharodontosaurid that ruled
What
North
is this
America.
thing? I want to know what this is. It's never dropping. I gave up on it.
Millions of years before Acrocanthosaurus or Ceots.
Oh, it's not acro. Okay.
This was the dragon of Cedar Mountain. Flashback to August 2024. The May Ray quarry of the Yellowcat member went a big old rib. Originally, we thought it was Moabosaurus given the size, but later analysis by Brooks Britt back at the lab found pneumatic fossae that indicated a theropod identity. As it turned out, there was more material: a 33 centimeter tall posterior dorsal vertebra from the Cisgo quarry, 7 teeth from the Gray Ash quarry with enamel crowns up to 60 millimeters tall, a 9.5 centimeter long proximal phalanx of the first finger on the hand from the May Ray quarry, and 7 dorsal ribs from May Ray, the longest of which is 1.15 meters long. The one that I was there for, the one we all thought was Moabosaurus, was not that big. Based on the abstract and the conversations I've had with Jacob, the dragon of Cedar Mountain is believed to be a basal carcharodontosaurid most similar to Neovenator, so we'll use that to scale each of the specimens from smallest to largest. The gray ash teeth are not especially large, roughly half the size of the described teeth from Neovenator. Tooth scaling in reptiles is infamously different, given how quite variable within the jaw and within individuals. The smallest the owners of these teeth could be is about 3.5 meters.
Oh, it's this guy again.
And 350 kilograms, already comparable to Utahraptor. The proximal phalanx isn't very big. Things shake that up indicates an animal between 8.8 and 9.8 meters long and weighing between 2.2 and 3.0 metric tons. At the low end, that's over 4 times heavier than the biggest Utahraptor specimens we have, and is similar to the size difference between average adult males of cougars and brown bears. That still isn't a specimen, and keep in mind that these could all represent different Neovenator-like carcs in the same environment, or different growth stages of the same animal. The formation, the apex predator you clicked on this video to find out about, is scaled from the huge dorsal rib. The biggest of the 7 ribs from May Ray was 1.9 meters long, depending on measure.
You know, sometimes I actually just watch these videos as I'm going. You know, that's just one thing that.
And long in Neovenator, we obtain a body
Oh,
length
my
range
back,
of
chat.
11.4 to 11.8 meters for the dragon of Cedar Mountain, with a mass of 4.8 to 5.3 metric tons. Again, on the low end, that times the mass of a large predator. Overall, the dragon is comparable to other big theropods like Allosaurus annex, Torvosaurus, and Tarbosaurus.
Yo, chat. Okay, so yeah, I've been planning on doing a Jurassic Park one. Yeah, so chat, where the fuck is VonKey at? I know you're lurking, VonKey. Why do you just like hide? Like this nigga just proved himself inferior to me like a little bitch. Yeah, I'm very bored since fucking ducking me.
Built like a neovenator, it would be long and fairly slim, with powerful hands. The dragon stood approximately 3. It would be
That's Tarbosaurus. I thought it was much thinner. This shit looked fat as fuck.
long and fairly slim, with powerful hand claws. The dragon stood approximately 3.2 meters tall at the hip, on par with the shoulder height of an average adult bull African bush elephant. That's a size range that would allow it to comfortably hunt Moabosaurus and Cedarosaurus, overpowering them with gripping claws and slashing bites from the serrated teeth within its 1 meter or 3.5 foot skull. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with calling that an apex predator. Again, I must point out that we don't know if the various specimens we have are all part of the species. Given the diversity of carcharodontosaur teeth found here, it wouldn't surprise me if we had multiple taxa coexisting, each filling their own niche in the broader yellow cat ecosystem. The smaller ones would go after ornithopods like Hippodraco, perhaps ambushing clawed animals like Valcarius. The mid-sized predator, I say mid-sized, but it's around 2.5 tons, might not attack the prickly Gastonia, but could take down Moabosaurus. And the biggest dragon shows just how strange this formation is, or how incomplete our understanding of it is. It's a megacarch that's half the size of the biggest herbivore in the area in terms of body mass, rather than 1/10. I'd expect the dragon, whether it represents an adult of the smaller animals or its own thing, to specialize in the sauropods of the yellow cat, leaving Utahraptor to take down smaller prey. The idea that Utahraptor was the large-bodied predator in the upper yellow cat member certainly appears to be outdated now, although the 2024 Dragon Tooth paper already indicated that. On a broader scale, we should point out that this huge carnivore is...
Okay, I think we get the point. Yeah, this thing's big as fuck. The huge Russian Tyrannosaur you've never heard of, bro. Ain't no fucking way. There's another one.
Mesozoic Asia was a land of monsters. The rich fossil beds of Mongolia have revealed hulked-out ducks like Dinochirus, gangly clawed creatures like Therizinosaurus, and sleek elephant-sized carnivores like Tarbosaurus. Further south, China has given us gigantic sauropods like Mamenchisaurus and Xinjiang Titan, the intimidating Hadrosaur Shantungosaurus, and Zhusheng Tyrannus, a tyrannosaur ranged from average African bush elephant size to twice that. But Russia, in the frigid north, is not to be left out of the contest. As it turns out, the land of political conflict, snow, and stereotypical Hollywood villains once was home to a mega tyrannosaur of its own, one that may have rivaled the biggest land predators of all.
I must break you.
Our story begins in 1949, when schoolboy Igor Bastrykin discovered an outcrop of fossils in Blagovyeshensk.
Yeah, where is VonKey? What the fuck?
Excavation of the area began later that, along with study of the Kundur locality in the 80s, revealed that the Udor-Chukan formation had an ecosystem similar to that of Hell Creek from Lake Maastricht in North America. It was a subtropical environment, with large rivers dominated by ferns and conifers. It was crawling with Lambeosaurian hadrosaurs, including Amurasaurus, which was discovered in a bone bed in 2008. It's known from material from multiple individuals and was about the size of a large rhinoceros at 8 meters long and 3 tons, with some specimens reaching and nearly 8 tons. Saurolophines were common as well, including Kerperosaurus in size, and Kundurasaurus, slightly at 7 meters and 2 tons. Allura Titan, another Lambeosaurian hadrosaur, is in the 8-ish meter and 2.5 to 3.5 ton range. Unlike Hell Creek, The Udorchukan Formation has a resident sauropod. It's known from poor material, caudal vertebra, and is regarded as a symphospondylin sauropod, making it ambiguously related to macronarians like Brachiosaurus and
Yeah, I go to sleep like just hearing this shit. I dead ass just go to sleep hearing this. Yo, stream. I'm gonna wait another 30 minutes to see if VonKey responds, but I guess not. Oh my god, no. Do I have to click this? I love Carnotaurus. That dinosaur is so tough. Oh my god, chat. We're gonna have to go into the brain rot. Here we go. Oh, this is gonna fucking suck. Infinity was stated to have infinite variations on infinite possibilities. Where? What? What is this? We take this thing to be true. What is the source for this? I don't even want to fucking watch this shit. Holy fuck. I don't think VonKey's awake. Wait, if VonKey is not awake, spam his community. Like, just debate me again. Like, just say, go debate Zeta, stop ducking Zeta. Just go to VonKey, just spam, bro. Yeah, I've heard of All Tomorrows. I've heard that shit before. watch VonKey talk shit about this later. But I don't know where the fuck he is right now. I think he's literally just ducking. Oh shit, hold on. You know what, chat? I'm gonna end stream now. I'm gonna see you guys later. Like low key. Yeah, chat. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, see some updates about VonKey, right? If you guys need, like, if you guys want, try to find his Discord. There's some people who are aware of it, I think, but you know, yeah. I'll see you guys later.